the few times that I ever did was around holidays because she was really big on cards. So in my head, I was like, okay, I'm making excuses for this woman saying, hey, she's really good at writing her feelings out as opposed to like saying her feelings. So I said, hey, why don't you write me a letter? Say everything that you want to say, but more so, I also was saying something along the lines to her, like, hey, I need you to take responsibility for this relationship, this breakup. I know.
How did that go?
I promise. So I was like,
did you get a woman to take responsibility? We all want to know.
Spoiler, no.
Okay.
So I came back from the weekend it was essentially, I found this letter on my dresser, and it was just the most like cliche Dear John letter, as if she had just given it to a friend and said, hey, just like tell this guy every guy in any 80s romance movie has heard when he's like not the guy and she's going to run off with like the other dude and he's just the guy that didn't make the cut. Yeah, and so I was so angry for weeks about this because I was like, I just asked her to do one thing. Like, how could she, after 2.5 years, just act like this and throw everything away like it meant nothing? And then when I started to learn about this kind of stuff, and it's this idea of, are you mad at the sky for being blue? Like, are you mad at the ocean for being wet? I mean, there's a passage in your book when you talk about that. Mm-hmm. It's no. Once you accept it, what's really funny to me? It's like people think red pill guys are bitter, but who's bitter? Blue pill. Well, sure, yeah.
That's when they start to lean into the whole black pill narrative, and they go down that terrible spiral.
But blue pill guys are bitter. Because their thinking is
they don't know why they're bitter though.
Should be like, this is the way it should be. Like, everything I've been taught about elevate her, be less so she can be more.
But here's the difference between a guy that's like taking the red pill and they can see the code in the matrix versus the blue pill guy that hasn't. The blue pill guy is bitter, but he doesn't know why. Mm-hmm. That red pill guy that's gone down that vicious spiral, gone into the black pill sort of area, they're bitter and they know why. But they don't want to do anything about it. They want to hold on to that victim mindset.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, that's so once guys realize female nature, and it works with guys too. And I've been in situations where, you understand that I've had, this is a recent, and this is just a quick story. This is a recent situation. This actually happened like yesterday. I play here locally in New York. I play in like intramural softball leagues. People just get together and they dick around on Sundays and play. And I got a couple of buddies that play with me. And what's really common is after the games, like everybody just goes to the bar and has a couple of drinks and just go away and meeting people. And so, there's this cute girl playing catcher. And every time I'd go up to bat, I'm flirting with her and chatting with her and this and that and the other. And I get her number after the game and tell her I'm going to come meet them at the bar afterwards. And it's me and a couple of buddies. And so we meet up with them and it's like a big group, table of like 10 or 12. So it's not like ideal. Like, I'm sitting a couple of spots away but we were texting and this sort of thing. And one of my friends, like my buddy, got a seat like right across from her. Mm-hmm. And he knew I was texting her and he knew I was like, excited about maybe trying to ask this girl out. And as the night goes on, like, he's leaning in really close. He's like really like into her, and she's starting to give him interest indicators and touching him on the shoulder and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And 6 months ago, Moff would have been like, dude, you knew I liked that girl. Like, you knew I wanted to ask her out. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're cock blocking me. And I'm like, he's just a dude that wants to get laid. It's fine. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to let some girl that I met 2 hours ago, like, it's a girl, man. I even texted him this morning. I was like, hey, did you go home with that chick or what? And he's like, no, I got her number, blah, blah, blah. And so it's really easy for guys to, guys are naturally competitive creatures. Like, they're competing for women. So, and me, if I didn't have this abundance mentality and, 3 or 4 girls that I'm seeing or rotating in or spinning that I could just go chat up anytime I want, I would be really pissed about it and really like, dude, whatever, like you blocked my shot or this and that and the other. So
it's a scarcity mindset. Most guys fall into that trap, right? Like that one girl, and I worked up the courage to go and get her number at the ball game, and then my buddy started talking to her and he touched her and he got her number. Yeah. And then they just fall apart. It's like, dude, you wouldn't care if you had options.
Yeah. And so
you wouldn't care if you put yourself first, you wouldn't care. You just wouldn't.
Yeah.